Ready, set, up!
Going out on the water. Pretty much sailing today. The wind's back and it's pretty cold. But other than that, it was a good day out there. It's always nice to see the sun out. And I guess the wind's pretty good because we've had a lot of rain recently, and that washes a bunch of trees and logs into the lake. So the wind does its job by pushing all the logs to the shoreline so we don't have to ram our boats into any of this debris. You can see it there. Massive tree hanging out on the shore there. But I just got back home from paddling. This morning I had a swim, and it was 4 by 400 meters. The first two were 75%, and then the second two were 100%. It's a pretty tough push, and then after that it was 4 by 200, and I was pretty toast after that, so I came back and slept. After I ate, I slept until my paddle, but now I'm gonna go cook. This evening I cooked Fettuccine Alfredo for the first time. Cage-free chicken breast, and I got some olive oil. Pretty much just pouring that on there so one, so it doesn't stick when I cook it, and two, when I put the salt and garlic powder over it, it'll stick. Recipe calls for like a teaspoon of this and that, but I really just eyeball it, whatever I think looks good. If I think it needs more, I'll add more. I just kind of eyeball or taste afterwards, but really just trying to spread it on there. But when I was doing this, I was pretty hungry, so I was trying to get it done quick. It was a long day with the swim in the morning, and then the paddle in the afternoon. But it wasn't as long as some days that it's been. Just flipping the chicken over. You want to get both sides seasoned. But this morning at the Y, we were supposed to start swimming, and then some older dude had fainted in the pool or outside of the pool. Not really sure what happened, but they delayed us, so they kicked us out of the pool, or my buddies, and then I got there and they said that the pool was closed, and then we waited a few minutes, went and talked to him. They said we could start our workout, and so that delayed our day a little bit, but I hope the guy's doing all right. Really like this air fryer. I haven't used it too much, but it's really easy. I mean, you can throw anything in there and cook it quick. It's a lot quicker than putting it in the oven. So I just throw it in there, cook the chicken while I'm boiling the pasta, making my fettuccine and whatnot. I'll throw it in there for around 10 to 15 minutes, depending on what it looks like. You always got to check it. I mean, just set it to the chicken setting, which is around 360 degrees. Usually in the oven, I cook mine around 365 degrees, so works good, and it cooks for 10 minutes. It's pretty easy. Fill that pot up halfway, get it boiling. So while the chicken's cooking, and I'm boiling the water, I'm gonna add some salt before I start boiling it, but I can start making that fettuccine sauce. And for the sauce, I'm going to use some beans called for some cannellin beans, whatever. Pour about a cup of those. So I use a cup. You can leave the liquid in there, leave the juices. And I didn't pour the whole can in there, but just a cup of it. The rest I just threw out. So yeah, get a medium-sized pan, put it to medium, then simmer. Pour them beans in there. Make sure to season it with some garlic powder and salt, and also a cup of milk, cup and a half milk, actually. And you can add more if you think at the end it needs a little more. If it needs to be a little more saucy, like liquidy, if it's too sticky, add some more milk. And then pour a whole thing of cauliflower in there. So you got the beans, the milk, cauliflower. Check the chicken. Flip the chicken over after 5 minutes. Check it, make sure it's cooking. Yeah, around 10 to 15 minutes will do. Halfway through, however long you're cooking it, flip it over. You can season it again if you want, but I didn't. I seasoned it enough already. Now it's time to season the sauce. So it's not a sauce yet, but it's going to be here soon. It's got some garlic powder and salt. I like to use a wooden spoon when I'm cooking. I try to stay away from metal or plastic, just because plastic can melt. I'm not really cooking on a super high setting, but when I'm mixing stuff up, or if I'm cooking with something, I don't want to use a plastic thing or metal. They both can melt, so the wood does the job. Then you do about a cup of Parmesan. I'm just getting the Parmesan ready for later. Looks like the chicken, I checked on it, and I thought that maybe it needed a little more time, so like I said, it's been in there for 10 minutes. Probably could have been good, but just to be safe, I'm going to cook it for another 5, because I don't want to get salmonella or some type of food poisoning. Constantly stirring the sauce. Just make sure that cauliflower and beans get mixed up and get milk surrounding it. You want to make sure that cauliflower gets nice and soft before you pull it off, especially if it's been frozen. You can use the spoon and push it down on one of the cauliflowers and see if it breaks in half, see if it's soft. Just go ahead and season it again. I don't know why my clock on my oven's doing that. I think my camera doesn't really register what's going on there. But now we're gonna add the pasta in there. So I did I guess it was about a pound of pasta. 2 boxes of it. Takes about 15 minutes to cook that. Just make sure you're stirring it once you get it all in there. But I had a pretty fun time doing this. It's a pretty simple meal, good recipe. Didn't really take me too long. Guess I added some more Parmesan in there. Now I'm gonna dump this the mixture before it's a sauce. I'm gonna dump it into the blender. Try not to spill any of it into the sink. Good deal. Got all of it in there. I'm gonna re-stir the pasta now that it's looking pretty good. Keep on stirring it every now and then. Stir the sauce, stir the pasta, always keep it flowing. Now I'm gonna dump the Parmesan onto the pan and get it melted. You can dump it into the blender too. I guess I could have done that, but I want to melt that cheese first, so I guess that's why I did that. But oh, you gotta plug it in to get it to work. There we go. Now she'll work. So blend that mixture up, the beans and the milk and the cauliflower, and it'll come out a good liquid, good mixture. Finally pouring the sauce over that melted Parmesan. This video is for my boy Big G. Well, his real name's Isaac, but we all call him Big G because we all know he loves food. Once the chicken's done, you can start cutting it into little pieces. I just cut it into bite-sized pieces, but then you're gonna dump that into the sauce. Almost done. But make sure to mix all that chicken up. Get it exposed to the sauce. Just watching this is kind of making me a little hungry again. But I do have some leftovers. That's another thing about this meal. If you're gonna cook, it'll last you like 2 to 3 days. But obviously you don't wanna, I mean, I'll eat it in 2 days. I wouldn't wanna eat it the third day. Get my family to help me out with that. Then I got some, what do you call these, peas. Put them in the microwave for 6 minutes. Make it easy on yourself. You know, keep stirring the pasta, make sure everything's getting cooked while the peas are just cooking themselves in the microwave. Then we're gonna make it really easy and cut it, pour it over the sauce, just like so. And then now we're gonna stir it all together, chicken, peas, and the sauce, bunch of different things in this one pan here. It only took about 30 minutes to do this whole thing, but again, it was my first time, so if I do it again, I'll probably do it even faster. Then once you strain that pasta, dump it over the sauce, mix it up, and here's the finished product. It was fantastic. You guys should definitely try it. I recommend it. especially if you're trying to do a carb load before an intense session. This is perfect.
Yeah.